sucks. Oh, they were that strict. Even with the sound off, huh? I thought it was the music that they didn't want us, like, you know, using or whatever. That sucks. Really? And, you know, it's like, even if it's taken from like, I'm just, yeah, recording what's on my computer, you know, it's like, it's not like it's taking up the whole screen. It doesn't look like my video or anything like that, you know? It's fucked up. Very strict. Hey, are you guys here? You guys here? Hello? Let me try fixing that internet just in case. Yeah, man. I mean, seriously, I'm glad that I'm able to live stream right now, but like I mean, I've seen people put other people's videos in their you know, in their video, except that they put a different sound over, or they, you know, they say, well, we're not allowed to post the music, but I'll sing over it, or I'll just, you know, put it on without sound. Like, okay, so that person's not allowed to use the music, but they must have had some type of permission if they're allowed to do that. God damn it. Oh my gosh. Does that affect my view count, or do I still have like, if I delete a video, does that like delete a bunch of views or something? Yeah, I thought I could mute it and it would be okay. Seriously, because I've seen other people do that. I've seen people do that, like penguins, you know? Penguins used to do that. And he must have been on their permission list. Gosh, man, since you know, I mean, one thing's for sure, Prince was notoriously stingy with his music and copyright and all that. Like, he wouldn't even let Weird Al and Yankovic make a parody of him, you know? In fact, he wouldn't even let certain people make eye contact with him. So I don't know if that's got something to do with it, even though he's not here anymore. Yeah, I'm back to a few. Like, that sucks so bad. That sucks so bad. Oh, I feel bad. Yeah, I mean, let me I'll go to YouTube Analytics and see. I'm over halfway to getting monetized. I am almost there, guys. So it's no big deal. I mean, it sucks, but at least they're not like gonna take down my channel and make it so I can't live stream anymore. They're not gonna put me in timeout right now. Obviously, it doesn't look like they're doing that now. But my God, I just wanted to show you my girl crush, guys. Mean. I couldn't even show you a music video without the sound. Without sound. I've seen other people do it, so I thought I could do it. But I guess, like, I was never told that I have to get a special type of permission just to show you a special type of permission just to show you a soundless video. Come on. I mean, seriously. Seriously. I wonder if they don't even, like, if YouTube just didn't see, like, that's all they saw, and so they weren't like, I wonder if they thought initially that there might be sound on this video, and so they'd have to analyze it after maybe my video's uploaded or whatever, and see if there is sound. Maybe it would have been okay without the sound, but that's something I just was not aware of. We don't want to be watching Raspberry Beret, I guess. Oh, I start showing people some parts of parts, not the whole thing, but parts of a music video without the sound on. Because, I mean, I've seen someone else do it on their channel, like, you know, that Katy Perry live performance disaster. You know, that everyone was like sharing, and like they weren't allowed to show the music, but they were allowed to sing over it, or show it on their channel without the sound. I was showing it to them without the sound, and I got a notification saying like we may pause put you in timeout. You know, we notice you have someone else's video on your channel. We might have to put your live stream in timeout. So yeah, I immediately deleted that live stream. Just canceled it, deleted it. So guys, please help me get back to a bunch of views and you know. Oh man, that sucks. I mean, it's not gonna affect the subscription count that I've collected today, but yeah, I don't know if it affects. I don't know if it should affect my view count, but I don't see how that even makes sense. The views are views, right? But that video is not around anymore. That's too bad. That's too bad. It's okay though. Yes, please remember to like and subscribe, guys. I'm here every day. I live stream twice a day. Now we're gonna probably be doing it 3 times. Because later on, I'm gonna work on that painting. Yes, thank you guys. Thank you. Yes, don't forget to like and subscribe. In fact, you know, I'll reshare my my PayPal and Cash App information too. And just so you know, it's not essential. It's not absolutely necessary, but it's very much appreciated. If anyone would like to help, it's very much appreciated, but not, you know, I'm not trying to, gosh, just do music videos still on. It's not, I'm not trying to demand anything is all. I have a hard time asking, you know, but, let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not monetized quite yet, but we're getting there. Almost there, actually, you know. I mean, about a week or so ago, it was like the bar. Okay, imagine this, like the bar or whatever, like as wide as my face, okay? The bar was like, I had gotten that much, and now it's like more than halfway. So I'm pretty happy about that. Pretty happy. If I just keep going and going and going, it should be, we should succeed. Reach out to more people who need help with their addictions. If I can make a difference there, that's the best. Although I do need a job, I need to get out and support myself too. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's see. So PayPal. That's what I use the most. PayPal. So it's at ANG333. Okay. Cash App. Oops. Okay, Cash App. It's gonna be Shando Loves. Oops. Shando Loves. My dog's name is Shando. Okay, and then I'll share my Instagram too, because that's where I post all my art. So if anyone would like to commission me, that would be awesome. If not, that's a-okay. Okay, so Insta Katrina Art. Okay. Okay there. I'm gonna pin that. Okay, guys. So there's that for now. Have I ever slept outside? Well, yeah, I've been camping before. I've never been homeless, though, if that's what you're meaning by that. But I have slept outdoors, yeah. I love camping. Hey, JJJ. I have listed JJJ Mewtwo'd. I have, linked here my PayPal and my Cash App. I usually use PayPal, just so you know. But yeah, any donation is super appreciated, guys. I'm not going on a date today, my music Gen X, but thank you. Thank you. I've been lifting weights. See? Lifting weights. Yeah, maybe I'll do some more dumbbell demonstrations because I kind of liked that part of the video, just kind of, not only helping myself to lift correctly, but also helping others to do that, because I think it's exercise and weightlifting and all that is a great thing to do when you're recovering from drugs and stuff. Hey Jordan M. Da. Well, I tried to, unless you didn't catch me when I explained it last time, I tried to share a music video without the sound, and YouTube just did not approve of it. Even though I've seen it happen a million times on other people's channels. So I thought it was perfectly fine to share, it was just, I was just sharing my other screen with you. And it's not like it's taking up the whole screen. It's not like it even looks like my own video, it doesn't look like I'm stealing it, I wonder if it would have been okay. I wonder if they just needed some time to analyze it. All they could see was the video without the sound, maybe, and they probably needed to investigate to see if there was some sound on it. But no, I wasn't gonna take that chance. When they said that, yeah, we're gonna put your live stream in timeout or blah blah blah, I was just like, no, I do not want for that to get any worse. I want to just start over. I do not want to risk putting my channel in jeopardy. I have worked way too freaking hard, guys. I mean, I live stream all day long. Twice a day. Take a little break to take care of chores, take care of Shanda, take care of dinner, whatever. And then oftentimes I make dinner with you guys too. Just get back to you guys. Thank you, James Ventura. Do I make it clap for donations? What are you even talking about? Oh, that is wonderful, Sam. That's wonderful. And God bless your sister for that. You're moving out of the city on a whim and have been offered a place with your sister and husband-in-law to get away from drugs. You take that chance, man. That God bless her, and God bless you too. I wish only the best for you, for your recovery journey. And it's wonderful that you have family that supports you. That is super important. We can still make it out of recovery with parents who don't support us. Believe me. But I mean, I know. I know what it's like to have people who do and people who don't seem to support you. So regardless, you gotta want it for yourself. Jordan says, did a lot of yoga when first got clean, had to learn to balance life and recovery, healthy body, healthy mind, healthy soul. I'm glad you set up a new one. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that sort of stuff helped me too. Thank you, Cliff. I don't know who Che Turbate is. Suzanne Vega, never heard of them. Yeah, it can be draining. It seems like it feels like limbo in a way. Like I'm constantly applying for jobs, which is a job in and of itself. I help out around the house, which, I guess the reward for that is that I'm not like homeless or anything. It's I would love to have my own place and be able to support myself and live a little more of a dignified sort of life, you know. I just feel bad about the fact that I could have been better with my money, and yeah, it was difficult when I was trying to recover. It was like I was replacing one addiction with another. Now I'm good. Now I feel like I'm in a good place to try to help other people with their addictions. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be the best decision you've made. Absolutely, Sam. Yeah, and you know what? Sometimes it seems like there's always a hang up. Sometimes it seems like if it's not one thing, it's another, you know? But just know that it will make you stronger. You will come out of this stronger. Believe me. Yeah. Yeah, supportive parents are very important. Yes, you will. N. Monkman said, yes, you will beat it by thinking positive, and you do not have any room for negative. I have been there. 35, I quit drugs and alcohol, now 70 years old. Well, congratulations. That is impressive. Congratulations, Monkman. You are awesome. That's not easy. I apply for jobs and you can play Skyrim. Hey man, if I can make a ton of money playing Skyrim, I would. I would love to make money playing just video games all day, dude. Like, I mean, it might not be best for my skin complexion. It might not be best for like physical health, but I could probably try to reconstruct my day accordingly so that I get exercise and I play video games. Yeah. Arthur said, I'm caring for an elderly relative with dementia, and when she goes, I don't know what I'll do. Yeah, that's sounds really tough, man. When it's someone you care about who's going through that, like I've never had to deal with that yet, but I'm telling you, that's one of those things that scares me a lot when I think about people I love, and I sure hope that my dad doesn't have to go through that. That would be heartbreaking. But just know you I do you have Arthur, I mean, do you have anyone to reach out to? You know, do you have anyone to seek support from? Because I'm sure some people would be willing to show you some love and support, and you know, when the inevitable happens. Ooh, thank you. I have never heard of a game called Kenshi. No. What kind of game is that? Well, good for you, XRP Andy. 7 years sober off heroin, benzos, and weed. Good on you, man. You keep going. Keep going, you get stronger. Hey, Dav, we're doing good, we're doing good. Had to start over my video and everything. In fact, had to delete it because I tried to share a music video without the sound, and apparently they weren't okay with that. Even without the sound. Yeah, I can't, Barry, I can't even imagine what I'm gonna feel like when I lose my dad. You know, that's not something that I ever look forward to. I don't even want to think about it. But yeah, the show must go on. Yeah, no, I'm trying to mentally prepare myself for that because I did not handle loss very well. I did not handle loss very well when my grandma passed. That's when I started using heroin in the first place. Did not handle it at all when my best friend died. And I started drinking on top of the relapsing on heroin and ODing 3 times. And yeah, that I'm sometimes wonder if God put me here for a reason because he knew I was too sensitive and needed to ensure that I'm mentally prepared for this life. I just, it's hard to say. It's hard to say like why I'm here now and why God is finally a part of my life again. Who would I pick? I'd pick Adrian Brody from when he's around my age. Absolutely. I'd choose Adrian Brody at the age of 30, 35 years old. Yeah. King circa 2000, 2005 when King Kong came out. Shando's good. He's just laying in the bed over there. He's laying in the bed just resting his head. Resting his little head. You're a good boy. Sorry, it's so dark. It's so dark. Aw, he's just he's so relaxed. He's so relaxed. Yeah. Okay, Adrian said it's like this grim sci-fi world set on an alien planet and you kind of just try and survive and explore. Ooh, that sounds like a game right up my alley. Check it out on YouTube and see if you can find it interesting. Oh yeah, I will. Again, what was that game called? Let's see. Go back. I want to see what game. Kenshi. Yeah, I'll write it down, actually. Kenshi, huh? Okay. I can cook. Yep. Shando. That's funny. A rehab spokesman, huh? Yeah, I mean that might be a good job for me, absolutely. Thank you guys. Okay. Kenshi, yeah, I mean, a good game has my full attention, absolutely. Yeah, we all need to face losing our parents eventually, yes. It's not something we look forward to, but we have to mentally prepare ourselves for that inevitable fate. Can I wash dishes? Not right now, buddy. I already did. I did this morning, early this morning, before breakfast. Shando knows how to shake paws. He knows how to shake your hand. You just say, "Give me paw," and he goes. Okay, I'm gonna go do my thing, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be right back. Okay, buddy, you want out now? Okay, kiddo. Okay. This stuff over. Okay, see you later, JJJJ Mewtwo. Thank you for coming to my channel. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, I appreciate any support for my channel, guys. Very much so. Yeah, Gary said I pulled the plug on my dad when I was 22 years old. God. 22 is pretty young to lose your father. And you're 50 now. Still think about it every day. Well, yeah. I'm sorry about that. I mean, no one should lose their parent at that age. That is practically a kid still. Oops. Yeah. I'm sure they're in heaven and that they're proud of you, man. What's the health insurance situation like in my state? I mean, I have Medicaid. I have health insurance, but I think I have to renew it really soon. Yeah, spamming the same thing is really annoying. Thank you, Brandon. Okay. Oh. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you, Brandon. How are you doing? Yeah, I just I had to quit and delete one of my the live stream I was doing before that I started around noon because I was trying to share a music video or parts of a music video without the sound, and they still got, you know, upset about it, which is too bad. But I'm gonna start lifting some weights. I did start to, you know, did show a little weightlifting tutorial, watching an instructional video myself, that they want for you to lean forward a bit, more weight on one foot or leg, and shoulders back like so. Okay, shoulders back like so, and then like, yeah, and then this way like that. Curl it up like that. Putting your shoulders back really makes a difference in feeling the burn where you're supposed to feel it, man. I don't think I have to really do that though. I mean, yeah, I'm getting some good arm exercise today. Yes, don't forget to subscribe, guys. Don't forget to like. Yeah, but we on this channel, we talk about addiction. We talk about recovery from addiction. We talk about art, we talk about painting, we talk about video games, we talk about exercise, we talk about meditation, we talk about, you know, we answer questions and ask questions. We get good resources and recommendations from each other. We strive to change our habits for the better, because we know that a habit can develop within a month, and it can be broken within a month. Okay, that feels better. Yeah, and they say also grip that dumbbell super tightly. Grip it real tight. Almost 3 o'clock. So, let's see here. Oh, now I got an itchy nose. How cool is that? Might be a little not controlled well enough. There we go. Forces you into a good posture. There we go. Shando, what are you doing? Did I look up French curls? No, but I will. Curl the pinky when you reach the top. Like, can you like how do we curl that pinky exactly? Like, cause like that, maybe like that. Like how do we do that? Let's try that. Let's try that. You mean like uncurl it or, huh? Like squeeze. Okay, gotcha. Squeeze the pinky. Is that what you mean? Georgia. Hello. 6 o'clock. Yeah, it's almost 3 here. Yeah, working helps a lot. Working out and working and feeling like you're striving for a purpose really helps. Kind of like, I guess. Okay, so do I like try to lift it without the pinky and then use the pinky when I finally, I don't know, like this? Yeah, like that, and then curl the pinky around it. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you, my music Gen X. That was a good one. That was a good one. Nope. October is my favorite month, though. I love the season. I'm in Oregon. I'm from Oregon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're learning the technique, all right. Yeah. Use the whole hand. Okay. Yeah. Squeeze from the pinky. Curl was the, okay. Gotcha. Squeeze, gotcha. Oops. Okay. Yeah, it would behoove me to do some wrist curls since, you know, I've sustained some nerve damage from using in the past, so, you know, getting exercise and making my arms stronger is really good. Okay, let's just squeeze, gotcha. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Scotty boy. Oops. I'd be Optimus fine. Thank you. Thank you, my music Gen X. That's funny. You have some good lines there. Yeah, I've got a lot of Welsh in me. Mad Mike's, Mountain Madness. Nice. Yeah, it sounds like it'd be such a fun, cool adventure to go hitchhiking. I'd certainly probably need. Well, I have Shando, but I probably wanna find someone to go with. The thing about Shando is that he is scared of certain sudden noises, like fireworks, will terrify him to the point where he practically rips my arm off, running, trying to get home. Thank you, Scotty boy. Yeah, I like getting muscles. I know it scares some guys, but I don't care. Ah, cool. My music Gen X. You're funny. Are you a campfire? 'Cause you're fire and we want s'more. Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, we haven't had thunder and lightning very much. You know, it's that I've never seen him get scared of yet, 'cause we don't get that. Haven't gotten it since I've had him. But he's afraid of the air show and he's afraid of fireworks. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I wish Shando wasn't so scared of him, because it's actually New Year's has literally traumatized him. It's gone to the point where if he hears one sudden sound, it's whoa. Even if it's not a firework now, it's like he wasn't like that before, which is very disconcerting to me. You know, I've heard Sam. People have mentioned that my dad knew someone at the railroad who happened to be an H addict, a heroin addict, and they seemed to be a lot younger and more like they couldn't put on weight anymore, or they were just always kind of sinewy. Like it kind of preserves you in a certain sense. It doesn't, but it also causes you to lose a lot of good features. Like, I mean, it causes you to lose your good teeth. It causes you to lose teeth. It has very negative effects on the body for sure. But yeah, some people have been reported to look younger on it. However, I don't know. I don't think that's true, because look at what it did to Keith Richards. Keith Richards didn't do meth. In his autobiography, he said he never touched meth, but he did heroin all the time, and look how much it aged him every single decade. I mean, I mean, maybe it kind of stalls you. I mean, I know I've heard that it kind of stunts your maturity a little bit, can stunt your growth, but it doesn't do anything to prevent wrinkles and stuff like that. I don't think. I've seen people look extremely old while doing heroin, so I don't know. I mean, just look how. I mean, maybe it makes it so you have a hard time putting on weight forever. Maybe it makes you a little more ripped. I don't know, but like just look at Iggy Pop. I mean, he's been off of it for a long time, but his, you know, he's always looked much older than he really is too. Loud waterfall noise, huh? Light speed whoosh. When fireworks are happening, try putting him in a room with loud waterfall noise. It helps. Scrambles the brain. Interesting. I'll try that. I'll try that next time. Wish I had like soundproof walls or something. Brandon says, my Great Dane got to see snow for the first time, and she was scared until she started trying to catch flakes. Huh, I bet she's a real cutie. Does it lower testosterone? Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I've known people, like guys who did heroin for a long time. It made them a little more effeminate. I can see that, definitely. Yeah, you'd think there's some doggy earmuffs. I should invest in that too. Anything that'll help him throughout that season. Hmm. Thank you. Thank you, Greg Crannery. Every day that I'm cleaning away from drugs is just another good day, just another victory. Yeah, and for sure, Sam said, and yeah, for sure, I know for some people it can make you fat and other awful things. Yeah, I mean, I knew heroin addicts who were like morbidly obese. So yeah, it does not guarantee that you're gonna, you know, be ripped or have a good body or whatever, you know. In fact, yeah. Some people probably just look that way because they're not eating. It makes it so you don't eat, or it can make it so you're addicted to sugar. It affects people differently. A lot of people get fat on it. But a lot of people also get super skinny. It's like either they crave sugar, or nothing. It's okay. Thank you, Scotty boy. Yeah, I do appreciate the support. You know, it really struck me in the feels when I got my very first donation. I have to say, it means a lot to me. World's Forgotten. World's Forgotten Boy. I don't know if maybe I've heard that song, but that one doesn't even ring a bell for some reason. What was it called again? World's Forgotten Boy. Okay. Shoulder. Let's get that shoulder. There we go. Yes. Don't mean to toot my own horn, but that's from manual labor and hard work. Heroin doesn't give you that. Yeah, heroin was a different drug for sure, and a big difference between heroin and a lot of drugs like cocaine and other shit is that it's not social. It makes you isolate yourself. It makes you isolate yourself and then seals you in a prison where without the heroin you're sick and miserable. So you have to keep running, get running and running and running from that sickness and getting the heroin. Every $20 bill you see is another drug, is another hit. It's miserable, and I do not miss it. Doing good, Mind Gamer. How are you? I'm a little bit behind here. Yeah, working out is great. Makes you feel super, super confident in yourself, comparatively, if you don't do it. I'm reading all the comments. I'm trying to avoid the trolls, though. I just went, bleh. Ooh, I love beef stew, Wilco. Yeah, one of these days when I get my own place, I'm gonna get a crock pot so that like I can just have everything in there and go to work, and then when I get home, the whole place is gonna smell so good. I'm gonna have a whole crock pot full of beef, and potatoes, and all kinds of good stuff. I think Shakira is better than Beyonce, absolutely. Beyonce, I never cared for her. Yeah. Itch. Itchy eye. Can she? I I don't know what Kenshi is, but I was gonna look it up. Yeah, you can thank the U.S. government and Big Pharma for the pandemic of drugs, absolutely. In so many cases, absolutely. Thank you, Memento. Yep, it's a grind, but it makes you stronger when you keep at it and stay resilient. Yeah, I mean, fuck, yeah, I'm not touching heroin anymore, but I have nothing against LSD. I haven't done it in a long, long time, but all it did for me was make me super like things were just so vibrant, felt happy, and like, gosh, I could create the best artwork while on that shit. So it's only done good, productive things for me, and it's not something that's addictive, at least for me. You know, most people. It's one of those things where it's like even if you use it, even if you use it every other day, even if you use it every week, you will stop feeling the effects of it. Like you won't even feel anything if you do it every day. It's like, you know, eh, once in a blue moon sort of thing. And also, it's one of those things where I always plan it. I always have to plan it ahead of time because you don't want a bad experience. But yeah, I mean, it's not for everyone, okay? I mean, we all have different brain chemistries. It might hurt some people. It might make people think they can fly. So, I mean, yeah, don't go on thinking that if they can do it, I can do it, you know? It's not for everyone, and they are trying to make it legal here. Focus on my glutes. Yeah, I should do some squats. Maybe I should say, hey guys, if I do a certain number of squats or push-ups or whatever, hey, are you gonna donate? You're gonna donate? You're gonna kidding. Huh. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I eat pretty darn good, yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Scotty Boy said, Brandon, you should look at the drug-related deaths in Scotland. For such a small country, it is plagued with it. Gosh. It's kind of making me want to watch a documentary about that sort of thing. Never really thought about it, you know? Like how ravaged it must be considering how small it is. And I know they have a drug problem. And that's another thing about weed. It helped me to kind of eat healthier, you know? I had virtually no appetite. Helped with the drug dreams, helped me with my appetite, helped with anxiety. But at the same time, I would like to not be as desperate for it, you know? I want to be able to take it or leave it, you know? I want to be free. I want to be free. Yeah. I love slow cooked stew. I do not wear glasses, no. Actually, pretty good eyesight considering. Considering the fact that when I had a Game Boy Color when I was little, I'd take it with me everywhere. I'm just saying, it's a wonder I don't need glasses right now. I'm 30, almost 35, and I don't need glasses at all. But when I was a little kid, I had a Game Boy Color, and you know how there's no light in the screen whatsoever? I didn't have a little light or anything. We would be like going home on the way from church. It'd be dark, completely pitch black outside, save for the light of the street lamps. And I'd be playing my Game Boy Color by the light of the street lamps as we passed as we passed each one. It was just like, you know, just trying to get light. It was just like desperate to play my Game Boy. But yeah, doing that, you know, and playing that Game Boy with the, you know, where I haven't constantly strained my eyes to be able to see anything on the screen. It's just a real wonder that I have, you know, excellent vision. hmm I don't come across meth, no, not anymore. And honestly, there was one time when I tried it and I never did it afterwards because yeah, what I've seen it do to people scares me more than I ever want to delve in. Mm, mm. Yeah, yeah. When you see what it does to people, it can be a good enough lesson to keep you the hell away from it. And you know, that sort of thing's what ultimately made it so that I wasn't like bulimic anymore. When I was like 17, 18, 19, I had bulimia. My anorexia transformed into bulimia. And usually when you look at bulimic people, they're either of a normal weight or even overweight. You know, because those calories still get in there and get into your bloodstream and all that, right? I mean, it's not, you don't get rid of all of it when you puke it. Anyway, so I looked up like really graphic images of what happened to girls in guys who would do this. Of course, they're all images of girls because most of them are girls who suffer from that specific disorder. But like there's this one image of a real image of someone over a toilet, deceased. All the blood had flowed down to the like to their extremities. You know, it was like purple on the bottom, completely pale, and everything on top. Just terrifying image of a dead bulimic person. That terrified me out of that specific eating disorder. That made it so that I didn't do that ever again, because it like not only was my gag reflex like completely gone unless I stopped doing it for a while, but just looking at those images, just it scared me out of that bad habit, which I'm grateful for. I'm glad I was able to find those graphic images, even though they're very, very sad. At least it kind of saved me in that sense. That's one of the worst eating disorders I can imagine, actually. It's very miserable. It's full of shame. I don't know if it's more dangerous than anorexia. Probably not, but like, a lot of people have bulimia, but it's one of those ones that's like shrouded in shame. So like, so there's a lot of food waste, there's a lot of this and that, it's gross, you know. It would the thought of dying over a toilet like that, you know, so people don't end up talking about it or telling anyone. Now that's the dangerous aspect of that one, the fact that people feel like they have to hide and then they don't get help. mm. Well, yeah, when I was under heroin, I didn't want to do anything else either. The reason why I started drinking after my friend died was because I was trying to get off the heroin, but it didn't work out so well. I ended up doing both at the same time here and there, and every time I do that, I would relapse. I mean, not relapse, OD. OD. Do I need money? Well, of course I do. I don't have a job, friend. I'm waiting for my channel to get monetized, and I've been applying for jobs. I've been, just working, and hoping that it'll pay off someday. you know, I appreciate anybody donating to my PayPal or Cash App. That'd be super nice. But if you can't, that's 100% understandable. And I don't expect anyone to donate if they don't want to. That's a-okay. You coming to my channel is the most important. The most important thing. More views will eventually get me to the point where I'm able to get monetized, and then that'll be a means for celebrating, right? Hmm. I don't drive, no. No, I have a pretty morbid fear of driving and car accidents and stuff like that. I don't like I have a tendency to get distracted. I have a tendency to panic. I'm worried that if I hit an intersection, I might end up like a deer in headlights, depending on like what'll happen. I don't know. I once almost got T-boned when I was in the car with my mom one time at an intersection. Someone nearly rammed right into the passenger side where I was sitting. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I played with Hot Wheels growing up. I collected those cars at the gas station every now and then. I loved cars, and I always talked about what kind of car I'd want, like either a green 50s Cadillac or a bug-eyed Sprite or a Volkswagen. Those are the type of cars I would love. One of these days I'd love to learn how to drive, because it's a very necessary tool. It's freedom. There are a lot of ways that knowing how to drive would make my life a lot easier. If I had no choice, I could live in my car. Um, but yeah, I don't know how to drive because, well, for one thing, I was homeschooled. So all my siblings, I mean, there are a lot of, I have 8 siblings, and a lot of them got to being trained before I did because they're more outspoken, because they were more eager, more confident, and so they all learned. But you know, now my dad has to take care of my mom, and I don't think he really has time to teach me right now. So one of these days, you know, maybe someone will teach me how to drive and all that. But I gotta, you know, get over a bunch of other things too. Also, we have pretty good transit. It's not like I have to worry about that too much at the moment. Of course, I know how to run a vacuum. You think that's not the same as driving, dude, when you've never driven before? I'm just afraid. I'm afraid of getting into an accident. It's been a big fear of mine. I am clean from heroin, Patrick. I tell you guys that this is this is a channel about recovering from addiction, and I've been clean since February 28th, 2023. It's not THC. It's like 5% tobacco. It's a vape. Okay? Hmm. Yeah, I love Scottish accents. Yeah, I love Scotland. I love Scottish accents. I have a little bit of Scottish here myself, maybe even more than I think. Because Gibson's an awfully Scottish name, too. Thank you. Mm, yeah. Yeah, oftentimes prescription drugs can lead to even harder drugs when they're not affordable, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, eating disorders are very scary, Sam. In fact, very misunderstood. I've had people go, "Oh, just eat." Like, do they even know that people get down to like concentration camp BMI levels? And did they also know that like it has the highest death rate? It has the highest mortality rate of any psychiatric illness. Like they need to do research into it before they start blabbing. I mean, I've had body dysmorphia since I couldn't even, since before I could even reach up and see my face in the mirror. I remember that very distinctly. And it's been hell growing up with that due to a very, very, very controlling person in my life. Absolutely, that's a big part of it. It was all about control, having one thing in my life that I could control. Because I was always a skinny kid. I was just, you know, I never felt like I was fat until the parents got a scale and I stepped on it and didn't like what I saw. And then it became an addiction in and of itself, a big rush seeing that number go down. It's dangerous, you know. It's so dangerous, in fact, that knowing knowing what happened to me in that sense, like if and when I'm a parent, I am not gonna get a scale so that my kids can ever see it, or you know, if I ever do, if my husband has one, whatever, then we're hiding it from the kids. We're not letting them see it because, you know, it's like it's one thing to have a scale just to keep track and make sure you're not losing weight or make sure you're not like getting unhealthy, keeping your muscle and everything, but I mean, it's probably better to just have a mirror and to see if your clothes still fit, you know? That stuff can really create obsessive behavior. Oops. Bug-eyed sprites are so cool looking. Yeah, that's the kind of car I'd choose probably. Or actually, no, what with my big dog and everything, and wanting to like travel. I would love to travel from west to east. Cross country trip with my dog, kind of like John Steinbeck in Travels with Charlie. Shan would be my Charlie. That would be so cool. I'd probably want to get it like a Volkswagen or something with a little trailer in the back. Or station wagon might be what I'm thinking. Let me see the difference here between a station wagon and a Volkswagen. I get them mixed up. When I was a kid, we had one. I think it was a station wagon, but I'm gonna see. Let that turn on. Is that even plugged in? Yeah, it is. So what's going on here? Ooh, could this be? Ooh, that's out of battery. Better plug in. Oh, well, that's on now. Might work, but start charging that boy. That might behoove me for when I'm about to. Uh-oh, what the hell? Battery is critically low. Aren't we plugged in though? Oh, we're not. Now we are. No wonder. Well, that's a relief. Continue. Come on now. Okay. Oh, wow. I guess it's gonna have to wait a little bit, huh? Oh, 1 second. Actually, this is charged enough actually for now. Come on. Yes. Oh, I know. Here's the thing. I think that to myself. There are so many idiots on the road, right? It's like, if anything, I'm going to be a very cautious driver. I'm probably going to be a good driver, if anything. I have been taught to drive in parking lots, like once or twice or 3 times, like 3 times in my life from 3 different people, okay? So there's like a one-time lesson here and there. And I was actually really good at parallel parking. Which isn't like, a lot of people think that all women are bad at that. I was actually really quite good at that. So I think I would be able to learn how to drive well. It's just that anxiety and fear I need to get over. I think the thought of just being surrounded by a bunch of other cars that just keep going and going and going. You can't like stop. You can't like, if you're on the freeway or something. Of course I'd probably practice a lot, before I ever get on something like the freeway, but I got anxiety. I need to, that could be a fear that I overcome. Definitely. Be a good learning experience, I think. I think I could overcome that for sure. I'm from Oregon. I. Hey man, you created the monster. This has no cannabis in it whatsoever. Oh yeah, I was gonna see here. Oh wait, what was I gonna look up? Oh, I completely forget. It's okay. Fuck. It's okay then. It's not important. Probably not that important. But I do need to use the restroom. 1 sec. Ferlin mixed Scottish from Ireland. Huh. That's funny. Yeah. Oh, I am way behind in the chat. Woo, okay, I'm gonna try to just stay in the now then. Yep, I'm here now. Okay. Can you donate? Well, you know, if you were to do that, I would that'd be much appreciated, but you certainly don't have to, man. You don't have to donate that much to me. But I mean, gosh, I'd be jumping up and down, celebrating. I don't know, man. It's okay. It's okay. I don't have like super chats. In fact, yeah, I have to be approved by like YouTube Studio. Have to get a certain number of views. I just have PayPal and Cash App if you guys want to help me out. But yeah, I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be right back. Be right back, guys. Okay, let's see. I sure love you, buddy boy. You're my sweet prince of the flowers. Oh, you know what? I better put this up to the charger. Here, put you guys up to the charger here and we chit-chat. And I'll get my other little light. Precious boy. Precious, precious one. Precious prince. Okay. You know what, honey? You're my angel. My sweet angel. Precious ones. Make sure that's not in the way anywho. My boy, my baby boy. Just, okay, y'all. Okay, okay, but kiddo, wanna say hello? Oh, he's shy, guys. He's shy. Did you see that? He's shy. He's a shy little baby. Okay, though. I'm gonna close that window. It is getting chilly now. Yes, he's a cutie. I love him. Shando, I love you, buddy. Love you, kiddo. I'm from Oregon. Yes, it's Shando. You got that right, Wilco. Oh, thank you. Yeah, he's tired. He's tired. I want that shining directly in my eyes like so, but let's put it right there. Oh, right there maybe. There. There we go. That works. That works. It's Shando. Yeah, please don't spam the same content. Thank you. I actually don't have green eyes, but in there's certain lights it might look like that. I have blue-gray. They're blue-gray. An angel touched my chin. You're funny. My sweet boy. Pussy. Can I have a kiss? Oh, he's upset. He's upset. I'm not paying enough attention to him. He's pouting, guys. Usually he'll come look at me and cuddles. Oh, baby. He's just sad because he wants his mothers. Can I kiss? Can I kiss? Please? Are you mad at me? I think he's mad at me, guys. I think he's mad. I love you, bub. I'm gonna be right here and chill with you. He's pissed at the chat. I don't know why. His name is Shando. Shando. S-H-A-N-D. Working now, guys? Is that internet working now? Is it working? I think it might be working. Is it working, guys? Okay, good. Thank you. Excellent. Yes, I'm back. A dinosaur story. Hello. Sup? Sup, dog? Cool story, huh? What could I share that I haven't shared again and again or before? I'd have to think about that. Like, I'd have to go back and think of some cool story because at the moment I don't have any real stories. First job, okay. My first job was, I worked at, my first job, I painted the interior of a float shop. That's where I actually got some money. It wasn't like a clock in, clock out. It was just a one-time gig. I also volunteered for that place. A float shop is where they have float tanks filled with like water and Epsom salt, so you're floating in there. I got to have free floats, which were like $90 an hour or something. So that was a pretty good deal for just cleaning their float tanks. I volunteered for that place, got free floats, painted there, got made like $50, not very much. And then and while I worked there, I was reading 1984. I read the whole book in like a day and a half and just loved it. And then after that, I worked at my first bona fide job was at a co-op. Just kind of, a small business, kind of like a health nut store, like a smaller New Seasons or something like that. I worked there. I worked as a janitor at first just to get in there. I enjoyed that because it was, I was alone with just the boss there who's on the other side of the store doing, cleaning one side. I'd be cleaning the other side, and he was really chill and he really liked me and he was really nice to me and everything. And it felt free. It felt like, I didn't have, my social anxiety was, not there. I was feeling at peace working as a janitor there. But then I kind of leveled up and I started, doing cashiering. But I wasn't good at cashiering. In fact, people told me that I looked just plain miserable. My boyfriend would come in, and actually the reason why I started getting all shaky when he'd come in was because around that time he was beating me and abusing me. And every time I'd see him coming, it was like, oh, I'm gonna be in trouble. That's how I felt, like I'm gonna be in trouble. Like there was this one time I was studying like my Chinese at a cafe when I was still with him, and he called me up and said like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "Sorry." I'm like, I'm studying at the cafe." And it's like, "Do you want to go for a walk?" I'm like, "Not right now. I'm studying." Boyfriend. And then he would just come over there, sit across from me, and demand that I come with them. Like it was like super, super, super controlling boyfriend, and beat me and hurt me and all this other stuff. And the reason, and I started working in the deli after being a cashier because I couldn't be a cashier. Like, I was just panicking, like, especially around the holidays and people would get impatient. I just couldn't handle that. So, but I could handle, cashiering once I got used to it at say like a cafe or a coffee house. I could cashier there, but in a grocery store, it was my anxiety was too much for that, unfortunately. I tried, but after that I started working in the deli, and around that time, that's really when my boyfriend started getting very violent. Around that time, around 2013, I started getting marks on my face and having to, feeling like I had to lie about it. So I did lie about it. I would say, like, I don't remember exactly what I said about it, but um it got to the point where I was too distracted in the very chaotic, constantly moving and bustling deli to work there. So I got kicked out of there. And then I started working in grocery, and I was actually doing really good in grocery. It was like just facing items, putting items away. I actually felt kind of at peace there because, I mean, it was a lot of good arm exercise, and I could just be by myself, keep to myself, just organizing and stocking items. And I was to be transferred to another location, a different store, the same business, and it was a bigger one. The dude who hired me to that position there, to the grocery position at that other store, he really liked me. He was a really nice guy. He really liked me. I did a great job of it. I was a hard worker. And the two other people working in grocery, two women, um, and one of them just seemed to not like me for whatever reason. I have no idea why. Never will know why. She would play odd man out with me. She'd be talking with the other. It was like after our shift, we'd all come together. Like there was just one time I remember we went out to the bus stop to wait for our bus. It was snowing. It was very snowy outside. Um, and I remember them just like huddling together, talking to each other, acting like friends and everything, even though they just met, even though they didn't really know each other, and treating me like I was like that kid in school who just gets bullied, treated like the third wheel, odd man out. Like it just felt so like Mean Girls. It felt like high school, the way they were treating me. And so we had an evaluation exam or whatever, not an exam, but like we had we went to I went to work where we all went into the meeting room and we all answered questions about our performance and blah blah blah, just the whole rundown. And I didn't know this, but that girl, the big redheaded woman who just didn't like me for whatever reason, I had no idea that they were going to make her the manager, and that the manager who hired me, who loved me as a worker, that he was going to be let go, that he was leaving. I had no idea that she was going to become the manager. So, no, she didn't even tell me. No one told me, and they were there at that meeting. And so I asked kind of sheepishly, how am I doing in my performance? Because of course, even though I'm doing well and we're a hard worker, I don't have much confidence in myself, especially when it's like, they're determining the verdict, so to speak. Like, I asked them, how am I doing? And she's like, oh, you're doing just fine. And then I get a call saying that this isn't going to work out. I'm fired basically. And obviously she got me fired. She treated me like I was a third wheel. She treated me like she didn't like me. I was like, no, there was no reason like whatsoever. I was like super shy. But I got the work all done. It was grocery. It wasn't like I had to deal with the only time I had to deal with customers there in that instance was like if they needed to know where to find something, and I could definitely help someone find something in the store. Like the reason was I have no idea. It's like back then I had like virtually no political views, so it wasn't something based in that. It had nothing to do with my religion or anything, because I never talked about that, and I was agnostic then. You know, it's like I've thought about, like, why did she hate me so much? But there's really sometimes you can't find answers to that. It was just weird. She caused me to lose my job, and then after that, I eventually got a job at Anna Banana's cafe. It was the oldest cafe in Portland up until it shut down December 31st, 2024. But yeah, it's been hard, man. I'm really trying to, ever since that cafe shut down, where my boss valued me more than any other worker that he hired. He told the new manager, after he had a minor heart attack and couldn't work anymore, that I'm not allowed to get fired. Like, you know, that I'm a fixture there. I'm part of the family. But because, you know, my political views and stuff, you know, some people there, who the remainder of who the, you know, the staff there and stuff, they didn't like me. It became a cesspool. It became an echo chamber. It became a place where you could not express your thoughts. You couldn't ask questions. You know, it became such an echo chamber where people could be, you know, just malicious if they didn't like you. And yeah, eventually they just threw in the towel and decided to shut the doors. And sometimes I wonder if he was angry because he couldn't fire me, because he definitely would have. But yeah, I don't know. It has been rough. It has been rough. And I yeah, the social anxiety has made working pretty rough for me, but I have definitely gotten a lot better about that. Yep, I know. Thank you, Scotty boy. Thank you, Brandon. Yep, I'm a hot mess. That was a long time ago, guys. Again, like 2013. 2012 is when it all began. But yeah, my boyfriend beating me until I had marks on me, and constantly trying to control me, and constantly screaming at me in public and comparing me to other women who he thought were hotter than me. You know, even though he knew I was dealing with my anorexia really bad, he'd say, like, "Oh, those girls have skinnier legs than you," and shit like that. You know, like, I'm glad I got out of that situation. F him. It's like he just wanted his cake and eat it too. Well, why are you so against polygamy? Can't we have an open relationship? And you know what he did? He compared me, one time he compared me to a broken computer who, it was just like frustrating. He just wants to slam it and slam it. That's why he beats me. So justified, because I'm like a broken computer. I'm not human, right? And another time when he cheated on me, he compared me to ice cream. He compared women to ice cream, women in general. He said, well, sometimes I want strawberry flavor ice cream. Sometimes I want vanilla. That was his justification for cheating on me and lying about it. And also introducing me to the woman he was having an affair with, someone from college, you know, introducing me to her, trying to make us friends, comparing my body to hers when I didn't even know, back when I didn't know that he was cheating on me, you know, because they were just classmates. And I remember one time I sat up, we were all hanging out, you know, at the college, partying, having a good time. He's introduced me to all his friends. We went out to the martini place and had martinis. And then when we got on the bus together, I went to go sit down next to her. And she was just like, I could tell something was up from that point onward, because the way she looked at me, and the way she shuffled away from me, and the way she treated me like she can't stand the sight of me, I knew something was up between them. I knew something was up between them. And then I found out about it. You know how I found out? Not because I wanted to. But because he has a big ass computer screen and that moron left it on. He left everything, the whole screen was showing, and I just says I was actually wiping his desk. I'm always cleaning the room. It's always me. I'm the breadwinner. I mean, if he gets money, but it's financial aid and free money from his parents. He didn't work for any of it. Like right after my Chinese classes, I'm studying Chinese because he's Chinese and we're gonna go to China together one day. And I'm working so hard. I'm respecting his culture. It's like with me, it's like he would complain about celebrating my holidays, but I would go and celebrate his holidays any day of the week. You know, it was like it was just his way or the highway. I had to always be on his page, and if I wasn't, I'd be in big trouble. Anyway, so after class, he once told me one time, and I remembered, and I made a point to let him know that I was this indicates how much I love him. He told me one time that if he were on a deserted island, the things he could live on were pho, his favorite things, pho, ice cream, and beer. So I made it a point every now and then, like twice a week, when I got home from school, I would go to the nearest pho restaurant. I would get him ice cream and beer, his favorite flavor. And I remember one time when I got home to get it to him, I got, he didn't even turn around from his video games to say hi to me, even though he expected that of me every single time. He expected me to be all smiles and putting on a good face, like presentation for him. But to me, he could do whatever he wanted, treat me however he wanted. And when I gave him that big thing of pho, he just started screaming at me, saying, "How do you know that that's what I planned on eating tonight?" Like, it was just ugly, man. Yeah, I don't know. Like, he courted me when we were friends for a whole year before we started going out. He was just changed like night and day. He tricked me. He tricked me into being his girlfriend. He made me think that, he was a good guy and that we had good chemistry, which I think we did. But up until the point where, like, he started being very, very, very abusive and screaming at me. I should have known the red flags. I tried breaking up with him early on in the relationship, like we hadn't even been together for even 6 months. I remember one time I broke up with him because of how he was treating me, screaming at me. And I went to one of my theater class, and I remember he interrupted the whole class, begging me on his hands and knees to take him back. And he knew it. That was love bombing. He knew how to love bomb. He love bombed me again and again and again until I wised up. And I guess it took him cheating on me. Even the beating me and stuff wasn't enough to teach me that I need to get the hell out of here. It was the cheating on me that broke the camel's back. I was not gonna be his side bitch. Yeah, he was not a F him. No, I haven't attached any bad meaning to my self-worth. I think that when I think about her and how she behaved, I think that she was just a mean girl. I think she was just a mean girl, and perhaps even a little jealous. There are some girls who only you know, they don't like being around girls who are prettier than them. Which I'm not gonna be delusional or anything. That's just the what it was. I'm pretty certain of it. He didn't just slap me. He punched my lights out until I blacked out. I probably had a concussion, didn't even know it. I'm not gonna drop his name. No, I'm not gonna name one bit. That would not be cool. So, I mean, all that time, like, I never even told the deli or anyone that I was being beaten until way later. I mean, he started cheating on me, like, as soon as I got that job at Anna Bananas, the cafe. As soon as my life began to turn around, he cheated on me. Like, doesn't it ever seem like that? Like, as soon as something good or major begins in a woman's life, they get cheated on. Like, pregnancy is a big time where people want to cheat on you. Gross. Disgusting. Vile. I am venting a little bit. Yeah, and he's just a loser. That's what I see in him. I mean, I'm actually glad that now I'm free to I'm relatively free in my life. I'm not dealing with that, and I can hope for a much better future with someone who actually appreciates and loves me. You know, everybody deserves that. Everybody deserves that. Yeah. Yeah, it was messed up. Messed up indeed. I have boots. Why? I got some duck boots. Yeah. Yeah, once a cheater, always a cheater. Exactly. He's probably not with that girl he was with when he cheated on me in 2015. And you know, she was just so cold and mean too. Like when my heart was ripped from its seams, when I mean, I even, you know, started like I was losing it, man, losing it. In fact, for an entire year or so, I felt like I was underwater, like disassociating. Noises either sounded high pitched and clanging or like they were muffled. I couldn't be out in the world without feeling completely disassociated from everything. It was a surreal sense, and it was very uncomfortable and disconcerting, you know. I had Stockholm syndrome, all right. All right, I sure did, because otherwise I would have left when he hit me. Yeah. Yeah, I stayed with him when it was, you know, when it was high time for me to get the hell out of there. You know, I thought he was just so wonderful before when I was friends with him for an entire year. I thought, you know, I thought that maybe he could change. We went on so many wonderful backpacking trips and stuff. We did some wonderful things together. We went swimming in Wallowa Lake together when we catched fish with our bare hands together, man. We had good memories that I just didn't want to part from. And I thought and I had hope and I was always being like, you know, maybe there's something wrong with me, you know. But no, that's not what it was. That's not what it was. It was he was a snake. He as soon as he got what he wanted, his true colors showed. Nice to see you, Hawkeye. I've studied 3 years of Chinese. I can speak just a little bit. I don't remember the writing very well, but I can remember a lot of the pronunciation and certain sentences and such. 我可以说中文一点儿，一点儿 just a little bit. 我喜欢学中文，我喜欢学中文。Oh, thank you, William. I've always wanted to make someone happy. Like nothing I ever did for him was ever enough. If anything, I just got criticism and abuse for that, for even trying. Anything I liked to do was mocked. I remember one time I would be like painting and he had a problem with me painting. Like I painted a portrait of the both of us, and he, one time when he didn't get his way from me, he went right up to that painting, the first painting I ever did, in oils, or not oils, but it was acrylics, um, for us. It was hanging in our room, and he went right over there with his big hunting knife and just tore it all to shreds, right in front of me. And then when I went over there to stop him, he started punching and punching and punching until I was knocked out cold for a few odd seconds. I remember blacking out. I remember being on the floor and being blacked out for a moment. You know, I think, yeah, that's, yeah, fuck him, fuck him. Don't need him. Don't need anyone like that in my life. Despite all the good adventures, man, it's like, I fuck him. It's like, I'm glad I'm not there anymore. Yep. Wake up tomorrow for the sunrise, exactly. The sunrise this morning was gorgeous, by the way. Well, I don't want anyone going after anyone, okay? Alright. Hopefully he's changed. But I doubt it. He had the audacity to be all like jealous when I was dating. Thank you, Hawkeye. I mean, I'm sure a lot of us have been through all this, yeah. Men and women. A lot of people cheat. Doesn't matter the gender. People cheat. People are assholes. People are abusive. Oh, thank you, Scotty. Thank you. Oops. Lost my place again. Even Shando can kind of sense what's going on, because he's just like, closer to my foot now. I know. I love you so much, baby boy, and you have such a soft, velvety head. Yes, you do. Just breathe. Just breathe, honey. Don't let those jowls suffocate you. Yeah, it's never easy to see things clearly until you get out of the situation. What you do is always enough to the right person, in my opinion, as long as there is genuine effort, trust, and passion. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I agree. If they love you, then they're not gonna try to change you, or tell you should be a porn star because you could make us more money and you'd be good at it. Something he told me. Yeah, he had no respect for me. No respect. Man-child indeed. And he was good at sweet talking. Yeah, sure I will. Yep, he was no man. I don't have kids. He's not worth thinking about. You're right, Joe. Not worth thinking about. Okay, take care, smoking. Bye-bye. You have a good one. I might be getting really behind now. Why did I stay? Because I had Stockholm Syndrome, probably. Because I thought that, number one, there were times when I thought, well, maybe it is all my fault. Maybe I'm the problem. And then, and then there were times when I thought, we were best friends, and maybe if I change, like, he'll go back to where he was before. But I hadn't done anything. I hadn't changed. If anything, I was trying and trying and trying and trying to better myself and everything. But it's, if I showed there was a time when I was actually really depressed, and that's when the beating got really bad. It was like, if I didn't immediately turn around from my laptop when he'd get home from school, it was like, he'd demand that I go out with him. And if I said, I don't want to do that right now because I don't feel like it, because the reason why was because he'd scream at me in public and humiliate me in front of people. I didn't mention that, but I said, no, I don't feel like it. He's like, why didn't you blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, because I'm going to do whatever I want. And then that's when he punched me and punched me and punched me and punched me. Yeah, I stood up for myself that one time, and that's when he started knocking my lights out. Yep. Yeah, exactly, Scotty. People that ask, why did you say haven't experienced real love? Exactly. My, I know someone who would know all about that. Someone I'm related to would know all about that. Oh no, that experience doesn't stop me from creating and pursuing that. Not at all, Rory. I think that, like, he wanted me to just be his side bitch, like, he wanted to do whatever he pleased with me, and didn't want for me having my own autonomy, didn't want for me having my own passions. I had to just worship him all the time. I'm not allowed to be myself. He wanted to completely just suck out and discard everything about me that made me me. And then he wanted to mold me into something that he'd want. A different ice cream flavor. Fucking A. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, Hawkeye said it's very common for people to stay in abusive relationships for various reasons. Only people looking from the outside in find it hard to understand because they are looking from a logical perspective. Exactly. Love is not logical. Love is a powerful emotion. Mm. I hope that um, I can find someone who loves me as much as I love them, who is kind, who can make me laugh at myself, and someone who will want to have kids with me and who won't shame me for wanting to have kids someday. Wouldn't that be great? Hard to find in Portland, honestly. They're out there, but it's understandable how people are trying to flock to other places where they get better funding and better governors. Oh man, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson would have knocked my freaking my ex's head off, dude. My ex, man, he was a lightweight. See you later, smoking. And if you're still here, take care. Yeah, I'm kind of, and I'm not talking about him anymore right now. I'm just sort of, that conversation is dissipating as we speak. Yeah, karma is a bitch. I believe karma exists. Yeah. Well, I would paint right now, guys, but actually I'm going to end the live stream soon so that I can let my phone charge. And then after that, I'll begin the painting with you guys once my phone's charged, which will be about 6 o'clock, okay? At 6 o'clock, we'll start the painting. 6 p.m. Actually, Brandon, no, that relationship wasn't when I got on the stuff. The only thing that I had ever done up until that point and afterwards even was just weed. We just smoked weed together. There was nothing else that I ever did. I didn't even do cigarettes. I didn't even drink, okay? I started all that in 2016. He cheated on me and everything, and we broke up in 2015. That's what happened. Yeah, it was, again, it was after my grandma's passing and all that stress, and after moving out of my sister's place and getting into student housing, that's when I started doing the H. Yeah, I agree, Dav. I agree. I hold on to hope and faith, and you know what? I know that I just need to get out there and meet people and stuff. That's kind of on me. So now I'm just answering your questions, guys. I hope none of that triggered anyone, guys. I really hope not. I'm just saying, I hope that if someone happens to be in that situation, I hope that they'll take pause and think about what they might be dealing with and the fact that they need to leave and find something else. Yeah. But yeah, I better let Read the Fairy know that I'm going to be on tonight at 6 o'clock. Again, 6 o'clock, we're going to be painting. Because I got to let my phone charge and all that jazz. Oh, thank you, Dav. That sounds really difficult, Nizzle. Or Joshua, I mean. Nizzle, you're Joshua, right? Thank you, Scotty. Well, guys, yeah, I agree, Will. It could be like night and day. It might just, it'll feel like a page has just turned. It'll feel like I was here at one moment, and now I'm in that good place, and I'm gonna be puzzling to myself, how did I end up here when when I felt like there was absolutely no hope left in that, you know, I'm just gonna be stuck in this cesspit forever, you know? It's, sometimes it feels like nothing will ever change, but it can. It can. I gotta work for it too. I don't blame your father one bit, Joseph. I think that if my dad saw what he did, what my ex did to me, he would have done the same thing. Okay, yes, you're right about that, Wilco. Just, I always have to, like, try to answer everyone to the best of my ability. But yeah, you guys, please remember to subscribe. Please remember to just support the channel, and I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later, okay? 6 p.m. tonight, this evening, okay? We'll start that. I love you guys. You guys take care, okay? And thank you for the kind words and support and all that. You know, it's, I'm not trying to dig for all that, but it's much appreciated. We need more kind people in this world, that's for sure. Mm. Yep, I agree, Malcolm. Yeah, Dav, I'll be back in just a couple hours or so. More or less. Might be 6:30. Actually, probably not that much. That's like 2 hours. Yeah, 6 o'clock. Yes, please hit the subscribe if you haven't. Thank you. Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, Hawkeye. That feeling of nothing ever changing is something we perpetuate in our minds. You're amazing. Thank you. And things can and will change. You've already made amazing strides. Thank you. Yeah, I gotta remember that I'm clean now, and now it's like I'm out. I'm over that hill. Things could get better from here. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Scotty. Thank you, Wilco. Thank you, Joam. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Will. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Thank you, Hawkeye. Back at you, Hawkeye. Back at y'all. Thank you, Scotty. Okay. Thank you. All right. Sending hearts back at you guys. Love you. I do. I do, Wilco. And I'm very grateful. Okay, now. You take care, guys. I better charge the phone now. Thank you. Thank you, Archer. Yeah. Oh yeah, I feel fine. I feel fine. That happened over a decade ago, guys, okay? That happened 11 years ago. Okay. Okay, thank you, Will. Okay, you guys take care now, okay? Just so I'm appreciating all the hearts and all the likes, guys. Hello there, Isaac. I'm about to end this live stream to let my phone charge, and I'm going to start painting at 6 o'clock, okay? Hi, my name is Anne, and this is my... Hi, Isaac. This is my recovery channel, recovery from addiction. We talk about all kinds of things. We talk about art. We talk about video games. We talk about makeup. We talk about dogs. My dog, Shando, here. We talk about all kinds of things. You guys have a good day, okay? All right. Take care. Thank you, Robbie. Thank you, Scotty. Thank you, guys. Everyone. Hey, Isaac, I'll get back to you later tonight at 6 o'clock. Okay, if you want to join the live stream, I'll be here 6 p.m. All right. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye now.